Minister of Mines and Steel Development, Olamilekan Adegbite, has expressed his commitment to transforming the mines and steel sector. Mr. Adegbite made this known as he took over the mantle of leadership of the ministry with his Minister of State, Dr. UCHECHUKWU OGAH, from the Permanent Secretary of the ministry. He stated his resolve to be open to new ideas to transform the ministry. Expressed his determination to exploit the sector to improve the nation's revenue base.
I intend to learn and learn quickly from all of you, especially the Permanent Secretary. Today, as soon as we were handed over the portfolio, I approached Governor Fayemi because I followed his progress while he was in the ministry, and I knew he's done a lot of work. And like they said, there is no reinventing the wheel. You can always learn from people who had done before. So I also intend, along with my brother, of course, to learn quickly the ropes so that we can contribute our quota to the success of this administration, especially increasing the revenue base of the country and lifting people out of poverty, our people. Also, we also want to help the Mr. President agenda on anti-corruption. And of course, consequently, will help the economic development of this great nation, Nigeria.
For us here, we want to partner with you people to see how we can move this country forward. For us here, we are determined to change the narrative of this ministry. And we cannot do alone, both of us. But with you, we can take this ministry to become an enviable ministry that people want to come into. So I want to encourage you. We want to have all the maximum support that you can give to us, because at the end of the day, every one of us here will be happy that we are part of this ministry, because we are here to support, to make sure that we give the best for this nation and support the president in ensuring that we have a better nation, which will be interest to all of us.
And joining us live in the studio is Honorable Moses Nnaekpe, who is the former Lagos State House of Assembly candidate and political analyst. Welcome to the studio, Mr. Nnaekpe.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so new ministers and, well, some old returned. What are your thoughts on what's your impression, rather, of the pedigree and antecedents of the newly sworn-in ministers?
Yes, let me just take it off from the Minister of Mines and Steel, Adegbite. You can hear him saying they want to learn the ropes. How can you be coming to such a sensitive position and you are saying you want to learn the ropes? What is going on in this country? A minister is coming to learn the ropes in a ministry that you are supposed to come in and hit the ground running. He said he's coming to learn the ropes. So it shows you that there is no sincerity on the part of the government. And
what do you mean?
Yes, because you cannot be putting people that will come and say they want to learn the ropes. There's no margin for error. There's no room for learning here. We want people that already know what they want to do to come in and get the work done. We are not looking for apprentices. Ministerial apprentice is not what we are looking for. We are looking for people who know what to do, not people who want to come and learn on the job.
Do you hold that thought for all the appointments?
It depends on who you want to refer to. For instance, let me first of all state that this cabinet is designed to foster unity among the All Progressive Congress. It's not a ministerial cabinet that is supposed to move the country forward in terms of growth and development. It is designed to foster the unity of the All Progressive Congress. They can't do it. They won't be able to deliver.
So are you satisfied or not satisfied?
I am not satisfied, because number one, the three cardinal objectives of President Buhari is: number one, to fight insecurity; number two, to grow the economy; number three, to fight corruption. But on this same cabinet, we have people who have corruption cases hanging on their necks, and they are in this cabinet. So how can you say you want to fight? For instance, Festus Keyamo, who was the former prosecutor of the EFCC, is now answerable to Godswill Akpabio, who has a corruption case hanging over his neck. So if there is any sincerity on the part of the president to indeed take Nigeria to the next level on this 3 cardinal objective of his government, he should have done his homework, and everyone that has an excess, a corruption baggage should have been eliminated from this list. So this is not good for Nigeria.
So that takes me to my second question. So in the light of what you've shared, are you expecting any substantive change, any positive change that will translate to, again, positive meanings to the lives of Nigerians?
This is my opinion, and I think I am entitled to it. Since, if you look at the ministerial appointment, the list of the people that were appointed as ministers, this decision was taken to reward loyalty for the re-election of Mr. President. It was not taken to reward, to put a team together that can move the next level agenda that will benefit Nigeria. For instance, for goodness sake, you are giving Rauf Aregbesola as the Minister of Interior. He's a mechanical engineer, for God's sake. What do you expect a mechanical engineer to do as a Minister of Interior? You need someone that has security background, that has the knowledge of how security works, to be in that ministry. So you can see that this whole ministerial cabinet is a reward system. It's a compilation, or it's an assemblage of reward for those people that worked to get Mr. President re-elected.
So does that mean that you subscribe to the school of thought who say put people with relevant portfolio in areas that they are familiar with? Even though some people say you don't necessarily have to be, for instance, have done political sciences in your degree to be able to be a political analyst. Is that the kind of conversation you're alluding to here?
No. What I'm saying is this. Number one, if you want to get results, you cannot be running a company. For instance, now you cannot bring a mechanic to anchor a news session. What you are doing now, a mechanic that is not trained cannot do this work. There will be errors, and if it's not professionally done, nobody want to tune to your channel anymore. So we cannot continue to put square pegs in round holes just because we want to appease the political players of our party. We have to move beyond party and put national interests first.
Okay, so while you hold that thought, what for you should be the president's focus and priorities now that he's got his cabinet sorted? What do you think should be his area of focus?
His area of focus, number one, is security. Security. Because if people are not secured, they cannot. Number one, if there is no security, foreign indirect investment will not come into the country. If foreign direct investment does not come into the country, there will be no creation of jobs. If there are no creation of jobs, the economy, there will be no employment. If there are no employment, the crime rate will go up. So these things they have multiplier effect. So the country has to be safe for people to bring in their money to invest in the country. We have the Fulani herdsmen clashes, the farmers clashes, we have banditry, we have kidnapping. Recently, a governor's, an assistant and a deputy governor's convoy was attacked and people were killed. That shows you the rate of insecurity we have in Nigeria. And when people like us, we speak, they say we are unpatriotic. But but now the political class are beginning to feel the heat. And I think what Mr. President should major on is the security of the country, which will in turn create an enabling environment for investors to come in and bring in their money.